Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Good evening. Delivery delays and budget woes clouding the new Spirit of Tasmania's fleet's arrival could soon go under a parliamentary microscope. Labor has announced plans to establish an inquiry, blasting the government over what it says is a series of secret handlings.
It's the multi-million-dollar cost blowout, which Labor believes is not in the spirit of good business.
The government and TT Line appear to have made a secret deal, a secret decision to bail out a Finnish shipbuilder with $80 million worth of Tasmanian taxpayer money.
It has big questions about the price and delivery date of the new fleet and plans to move a parliamentary inquiry to answer them.
When are these new ships going to be in service? When are they going to be providing the economic activity that our state badly needs?
A probe the government thinks should be tossed to sea.
Sick of the negativity. Let's get these ships here. Let's get them delivered, and let's focus on the jobs and the economic value that it brings to this state.
But it's that uncertainty steering local business confidence into rocky waters.
We're just waiting for everything to come across. We know that the development's going to happen. It's happening. When it's going to happen, we're not sure.
The longer the wait for the highly anticipated arrivals up the Mersey, the more warnings of economic headwinds ahead.
Delays are just costing us dollars every single day.
Every year this project is delayed is another $350 million that's being lost.
Putting the pressure on so opportunities don't sail away. Victoria Risto, 7 Tasmania News.
A body believed to be that of a missing walker has been found at Frenchman's Cap. Searchers from Ambulance Tasmania, the SES, located the body off the Summit track. Police say the 28-year-old from Hobart had fallen and died of his injuries. He'd last been seen on Wednesday. Police are investigating a public disturbance incident in Clarendon Vale last night. A number of calls were made from residents in the area of Bradman Street, with reports of hooning, including burnouts and fireworks. Police say the incident escalated, with bricks being thrown at officers and one police car being set alight. 4 police vehicles were damaged. No injuries have been reported. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Crime Stoppers. The next crop of shearers and handlers will be trained at a new centre of excellence in the Northern Midlands, funded by a government election promise. All eyes were on woolly winners today with the 186th Campbelltown Show.
Between the Dachshund fashionistas and toys to get any heart pumping, there's something for everyone at the Campbelltown Show, but there's one main event. The wool.
We produce the best wool in the country, and by default that's the best quality wool in the world. And the shearing and wool handling industry is critical to that.
The Midlands is a wool mecca, 186 years of history at this event, and smack bang in the centre of Tasmania. It's now going to play host to a wool centre of excellence.
Geographically it makes sense. I mean, there's sheep this way, this way, this way, not so many that way, but you know, it's the shortest drive I think from any shearing shed in Tasmania, I would say.
Come to an innovation hub, learn about wool, learn about shearing, and provide them with the skills to stay here in Tasmania and work on the farm.
Funded by a $1.5 million government grant, there'll be a focus on shearing and wool handling, with space for 500 sheep, training workers and holding national competitions, helping trainees learn before jumping into the fast-paced job.
We've had to bring shearers into Tasmania to get the job done. You know, so we don't have enough workforce here in Tasmania, and we have an ageing workforce, unfortunately. Now, so this is about, you know, tapping into Tasmania.
The wool industry wants you. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Hobart's housing market remains the weakest of all capital cities. A 0.13% fall recorded in May by analysts at PropTrack means prices are nearly 2% lower than this time last year. The median home value is $674,000. The rest of Tasmania's heading in the opposite direction though, with a small rise. Anyone with illegal or unwanted firearms are reminded to hand them over to police during an amnesty drive this weekend. There will be various locations across the state where you can surrender illegal firearms without being prosecuted for the possession. Police are also encouraging people to hand over ammunition and parts as well. To find out if there is a location near you, head to the Tasmania Police website. An experienced Tasmanian anaesthetist has taken over the reins of Tasmania's peak medical body. Dr Michael Lumsden-Steele says his focus will be working with governments on what health staff need, also calling for more integration and support. He served in the Royal Australian Air Force as a medical officer for 23 years, now working across public and private practice. There were plenty of convincing wins across the board in the Tasmanian State League today. While North Hobart showed promising signs for the first win of the season, it was the Premiership favourites who came out on top.
It was a match between the ladder leaders and the potential wooden spooners. North Launceston taking on North Hobart, headlining round 10 of the TSL action.
Roving it superbly was Leary and snapping it through for a goal.
It was a tight battle, with the underdogs leading by only 2 at half-time. But class prevailed, with the Northern Bombers managing a 28-point win.
It's with the snap around the body. Harvey Griffiths has another one. A classy finish.
Across the Derwent, it was Jordan Lane who kicked off Lauderdale's impressive 68-point win against the rival Magpies.
He spins around on the right foot, kick on goal is good. First of the afternoon.
For Max Skelly, it was a chance to show what he's made of, being a late in and kicking his first goal on the TSL stage.
Skelly might be his first goal in TSL football for the young man.
I think you're right.
While it was an uphill battle for Launceston against a dominating Clarence. It wasn't until 2 minutes into the second quarter Launceston were able to get the ball through the big sticks.
Launceston with a chance to kick their first. And they have.
Maintaining a handy 55-point buffer at half-time, the Roos continued their clinical performance, while Launceston focused on softening the blow.
It's too easy for Josh Green. Wheels around. Highlight reel stuff from Josh Green from the boundary.
The 52-point victory, a 4th win in a row for Clarence. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
It was a battle of Tasmania's teams in the Women's NBL 1 South. The Hobart Chargers coming away with an 11-point win over the Launceston Tornadoes. Scores were kept tight for most of the game, with star Jada Jensen making her mark for the home side with an impressive 29 points and 5 rebounds.
Defence has certainly gone up a notch here from the Tornadoes.
They are just accounting for everything they can right now. Jansen, step back, 3, get it.
The Chargers also crowned winners in the men's division, beating Northwest Thunder 88-73 in their 3rd consecutive win last night.
Nice move inside, pulls up over Woodhill, couldn't get the go, gets his own Angerstein with a tip jam.
Hobart earning a well-deserved break. Their next game will be hosting the Sandringham Sabres on June 14.
Good evening on this very first day of winter in Tassie. Hobart 14 after an overnight low of -2 at Coonunny at Mount Wellington. 13 the top for Launceston and Devonport, Burnie 14. Across the island we saw the state's top recorded on Flinders with 15. King Island, Smithton and Friendly Beaches 14. Low Head, St Helens, Bushy Park and Strawn all 13. Marai Island and Grove both 12. Lyowini 6 degrees after a very chilly -1 overnight. Now we experienced cloudy conditions about western, central and southern parts today with mostly clear conditions about the central north and northeast, with minimum temperatures above average in the south and west, yet below average in the north. Now the satellite here shows low-level cloud about the southeast of Australia associated with a ridge of high pressure. Now tomorrow that high pressure system remains over central Australia and South Australia, maintaining a ridge across Tasmania. Southeast to southerly winds 5 to 15 knots, although tending westerly up to 15 knots about the south in the morning. West to southwesterly spells increasing up to 2 metres. A strong wind warning is in place for coastal waters across the east of Flinders, including Bank Strait and Franklin Sound. 13 and partly cloudy for Hobart and Richmond tomorrow, and morning frost followed by partly cloudy skies for Ouse, 13 there. Sunny skies for Launceston and Devonport, 13 also. Much the same in Deloraine, 12 degrees. A low chance of showers towards the west, 13 and sunny in Burnie, 13 also in Strawn. Cloudy for Curry on King Island, 14 the maximum. Late showers for St Helens and Swansea, 13, 15 the expected top for Whitemark on Flinders. Forecast for Monday, showers about the east and southeast tending to rain, with light showers extending to most remaining districts during the morning. Tuesday, showers persisting, although less likely in the northwest coast, with mid to high teens expected. Wednesday, showers about the west, south and Bass Strait Islands, otherwise mainly fine further out. Heavy falls on the way for Perth tomorrow, 19. Rain also for Sydney, 17 there, partly cloudy in Melbourne, 15. They're still showing off in Darwin, chasing a fine and sunny 33 degrees. Right now in Hobart, partly cloudy, 9 degrees, 8 degrees in Launceston, and partly cloudy in Devonport with 10. We thankfully welcome some milder conditions today for the very first day of winter, Lou.
Don't know how long that'll last though. Thanks for that, Kaya. And that's all your news for this Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and good night.